From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
Good Thursday morning. It's March 27th. Well, we had a blustery, stormy night for some of us. Some of us got skunked on that forecast. 58 degrees right now in Pasco, looking good. Traffic just starting to wake up and move along out on the freeway. Now, we are tracking some breezy and gusty winds, and we'll continue to see that throughout the day. Weather patterns still active today with more showers moving across the area with a potential for some thunderstorms a little bit later today. So very wet, particularly on the west side. We're also keeping an eye on our rivers, creeks, and streams. Now, out the door, temperatures are still on the warmish side, but I would keep your rain gear handy. Temperatures will warm up into the 60s again, much cooler than we saw yesterday. In fact, we had several record-breaking temperatures around the region yesterday, and I'll get to those a little bit later on this morning. Look for scattered showers throughout the day, more thunderstorms possible this afternoon, breezy and gusty winds today and tomorrow. And once again, we're keeping an eye on those fast-flowing and rapidly rising rivers, creeks, and streams through the region. Lots to talk about today. Here's what's coming up on Good Morning Northwest.
Straight ahead on Good Morning Northwest, the wildfire that broke out on the Delta near the Yakima River Bridge still being closely monitored by fire officials in Benton County this morning. We have the very latest on containment. And a traffic stop leads to the search for a man with multiple charges, including attempted kidnapping. We have the exclusive footage from the scene. And also ahead, from space to the classroom, an astronaut shares his story about reaching for the stars, and it's all on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now, Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good morning. Thanks so much for waking up with us and joining us here for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jade Elliott. It is Thursday, March 27th, and Jessica has the morning off. And we want to start our 5 o'clock hour with a flood watch. As you just heard from Stacy, officials keeping a very close eye on rivers and streams. This one, the Yakima River. Take a look. This is video from the area where they could see a rise in river levels. They say today through Saturday is when that can be expected. National Weather Service in Pendleton says it is gearing up for the possibility of minor river flooding because of our snow melt and recent rain. NWS officials say the main concern is the John Day River at Service Creek, but they are also closely keeping watch on other areas like in the Yakima River at Umtanum and Kiona. And we're hearing from officials this morning telling us that the fire that ignited along the Yakima River Bridge is now 100% contained. That first fire started on Sunday. It was reignited then Tuesday and again Wednesday. Fire crews telling us that as soon as one hotspot would be put out, another fire would spark. Emergency services worked to establish a containment line through a controlled burn. Fish and wildlife experts are set to evaluate the area this morning, and the bike path right along that area there will remain closed until all of the hazardous limbs and trees can be removed. Follow up now on the search for a wanted man. We first brought you this story just yesterday morning as the news was coming in. We've now confirmed with Benton County sheriffs that the man that they were looking for has been arrested. He was wanted for several warrants and now facing several new charges, including attempted kidnapping. We're talking about 19-year-old Connor Schoeneck. He was arrested yesterday morning after all of this happened. Deputies with the Benton County Sheriff's Office say Schoeneck ran from a traffic stop Tuesday night. He jumped into the front seat on top of the female driver in a car and took off down the road on Bryson Road. That's in the Finley area. Deputies say once that car was stopped, he then got out and ran. They found a gun in the car after he had left that car, and he will now also face charges of unlawful possession of a firearm. And police have arrested a person suspected in a drive-by shooting at the Columbia Park Apartments. Richland police responded to the apartments on Jadwin Avenue just last Saturday after multiple reports of gunfire. Witnesses told officials that a man fired several times at a white Dodge Challenger that drove off. We're told the registered owner of that Challenger had reported the vehicle stolen. That car was found the next day abandoned in an orchard. Investigators are still trying to piece together exactly what happened. And news out of Moses Lake this morning, where one teen was killed, 4 others were hurt in a drive-by shooting that happened last Friday. Here's what officials tell us so far. We're told the shooting happened on Loop Drive. A 14-year-old boy was killed, 3 other teens and an adult all injured and taken to the hospital. That 14-year-old from Mattawa was arrested in connection to that shooting. He was taken into custody at Cadillac Hospital, where he had been treated for what detectives are calling a self-inflicted gunshot wound to his lower leg. He's now been booked into the juvenile detention center on suspicion of first-degree murder. Now to Yakima, where sheriff's deputies responded to a drive-by shooting at a home in Parker. Witnesses say two young men drove by a home and started yelling threats at another man who was outside. The car left and then came back and started shooting. One person outside that home and outside the car also shot back. Now, one of the men in the car was injured in that shooting. Both men have been arrested and booked on felony assault and drive-by shooting charges. 5:05 now, and 27-year-old Joshua Max Estrada has been sentenced to 100 months in federal prison for his role in the October 2018 murder of Jedediah Moreno. According to court documents, Moreno shot and killed Rocinda Strong after an argument broke out at a home in Wapato. Following the murder, Moreno then asked for help disposing of Strong's body, but then Moreno was killed.
The Strong and Moreno families have waited years for justice in this case. And if not for the men and women who came forward and provided information to law enforcement, they may still be waiting.
Michael Lee Moody was also charged, pled guilty, and sentenced to 87 months in federal prison in connection to this. 4 other defendants have also pleaded guilty to charges in these 2 murder cases. We have more details on this story on our website, applevalleynewsnow.com. 5:06 in news out of Oregon this morning, where sales tax on beer, wine, and cider could be implemented if a new bill in the Oregon legislature passes. House Bill 3197 proposes a 2% tax starting in 2026, eventually climbing to 8% in 2032. Now, the tax would impact consumers at restaurants and at the grocery store. 85% of the funds collected would go towards funding youth alcohol and drug abuse prevention programs. The Oregon Beverage Alliance says they oppose the tax. 5:07, and the Mabton City Council is still at odds with the mayor after she hired a city treasurer that the council didn't approve. Apple Valley News Now's Emily Goodell tells us that the council has hired a new attorney because they want to know if the mayor is breaking the rules.
Mabton City Attorney Ben Riley recently left to take a position with Benton County, leaving the city without legal advice. But now they say they're getting back on track. The city hiring Wenatchee-based law firm Ogden Murphy Wallace to provide legal advice. But attorneys say with them located hours away, they won't automatically be at every council meeting.
It's really up to the council and the mayor about how often you want us present in person.
The attorney saying they're scheduling conflicts because another city they represent holds its meetings at the same time.
So we would need to work through those.
The attorney going offline before a council could ask her about the legality of the mayor going behind their backs to hire a city treasurer with no city experience after the council refused to approve her contract. The council says it's not in line with the city's ordinance or personnel policy, but city staff claim the mayor's in line with state law.
According to MSRC, it says the mayor appears to be within legal authorization to appoint the treasurer.
I did talk to that attorney before the meeting, and they told me the same thing.
Well, we need to hear it from them, unfortunately.
The council refusing to approve her paycheck before that happens, but the mayor saying,
I'm in my right to hire, so I did. And she will be getting a check.
The council also refusing to approve a $2,000 payment without a receipt.
I need you guys to know that every time you guys hold off on not approving any kind of payroll or any kind of bills, we are getting charged for late fees. So just keep in mind.
Well, then make sure you have the receipts attached to it so we don't.
Also at the meeting, the council approving a subdivision that could one day host a new apartment complex. And hiring on Rudy Guzman from the Yakima County Juvenile Detention Center to be a police officer once he's completed the academy. Plus,
there is another officer on hiring list. He's almost done with all his testing.
The police chief says if the officer passes all the tests, he'll be hired on, which will bring the police department back up to full staffing. Reporting from the Yakima Newsroom, Emily Goodell, Apple Valley News Now.
Emily, thanks for that update. 5:09 now, and a NASA astronaut made his way into town. We're talking about Jose Hernandez. He spoke to a room full of community members at CBC about perseverance and achieving goals. He told that group that he wasn't even able to speak English until he was 11 because of inconsistent time in school, and it actually took him 12 tries before finally being accepted into NASA's astronaut program.
Yeah.
I think it was very important because I grew up pretty similar background than a lot of these kids, and I'm sort of just empowering them to believe that sky's not the limit. The stars are. I'm living proof of that.
After his speech, you see there from this video, Hernandez signed autographs, and he talked with everyone that was there, reminding them that hard work pays off. All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. A new tariff could create a big price hike on imported cars. We're going to break that down for you after the break. And we're going to check in with Stacey Lee. She'll have your first alert forecast as we give you that live look outside this morning over the Yakima Valley from our Bi-Mart camera. It's 10 minutes after 5. We're back right after the break.
Meet the Moore family. They switched from cable internet to Ziply Fiber and got so much more. Mr. Moore got more upload speed for next level gaming and live streaming to the masses. Mason Moore got even more done for his sneaker business, quickly uploading HD product demos and video conferencing without freezing.
Brad, you're on mute.
And now that her family doesn't need her for tech support, Mrs. Moore has more time to stream games into overtime.
Let's go!
Get more of what you love by switching to Ziply Fiber for $65 less per month than cable at ziplyfiber.com.
At Mattress Depot USA, we're all about being friendly.
Customer friendly.
Our sleep consultants would tailor the perfect sleep solution just for you.
Local friendly.
We grew up here.
Brand friendly.
The top brands like Sealy, Stearns & Foster, Tempur-Pedic.
Price friendly.
We always give you the best value.
We might just be the friendliest place on earth. Excuse me? Don't worry, you're still the happiest.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
What makes NUU unique? The amazing customer service that we offer to our patients. They know that they're heard, that they're listened to, and we genuinely care about their well-being.
From the second I walked in that office, I felt seen, I felt heard, I didn't feel judged. It just was like, we're a team and we're gonna figure this out.
I had a rare form of breast cancer. Dr. Fedino has just been fantastic. She was really just on my side and helping me, and I'm so relieved and blessed that I went there.
I'm nowhere near diabetic, and I feel amazing. And I lost 55 pounds, and I've been able to keep it off.
She had saved my life because if she hadn't taken just that moment to ask me one extra question, I absolutely would have had an ugly cancer 6 months later.
Go to NUUWomen'sClinic.com to explore the countless ways that wellness meets beauty.
Curve Appeal's new Era machine is here with an unbeatable offer. Get 4 sessions for just $999 or 8 sessions for $1799. The best prices in town for incredible results. This special ends April 12th. Start your new era with Curve Appeal. Book your consultation today.
Grant would help us continue the next phase of our research.
Another team presented something similar this morning.
That's impossible. Who was that?
This is a surprise.
My love, it is wise to be kind.
The Kraken home against the Oilers tonight at 6:30. Apple Valley News Now. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacey Lee.
And good Thursday morning to you, March 27th. It is a warmish morning outside. Those temperatures staying in the 50s through the evening. It feels a little muggy as our humidity levels are high. Now, some of us saw thunder and lightning last night. Some of us didn't. So that storm kind of hugged to the west. It stayed on mainly the west side of the Cascades, but some of it moved on over to the Yakima and Kittitas Valley. System not done. Check it out. We got a big mass coming in, low front coming in, and a cold front on top of that. That's that blue line moving across your area. So it'll keep us very active for the next couple of days. Our future cast for today, we see showers starting to move through the Columbia Basin. They'll start out regular showers, but then we have the potential for some thunderstorms a little bit later today. Think 3-4 in the afternoon. So remember the saying, when the thunder roars, head indoors. Again, we're going to be seeing that a little bit later on this afternoon. Temperatures trending down. Remember, we were close to 80 degrees. We're dropping nearly 20 degrees with this cold front. That's what it looks like in Yakima. Tri-Cities and Hermiston average for this time of year 61. We're going to stay right around the average and even slightly below on some points. Out the door today, you're going to be looking pretty good. However, those showers are going to come intermittently on and off throughout the day with the potential for some thunder and lightning, especially around the Walla Walla area and those blues. Your temperatures for tonight are going to be down in the 40s and 50s, so a little cooler than we saw last night. Quick sneak peek at your 7-day planning forecast. Very active weather. We're cooling down and staying cool for the next several days. There's a lot more to come, including some of our record-breaking temperatures from yesterday. Jade?
Stacey, thanks so much. 5:15 now in your national headlines. Tariffs are scheduled to start on new vehicles assembled outside the U.S. Analysts predict we will see price hikes on both domestic and foreign-made vehicles. Cox Automotive says the tariffs could also stop about 30% of North American auto production. Amy Kiley has the details.
If tariffs hold, you are going to see increases on automotive prices.
Most economists say Americans are in for sticker shock if the president follows through on newly announced auto tariffs. A proclamation he signed yesterday says they include 25% duties on imported assembled vehicles starting April 3rd. It says tariffs on parts will begin no later than May 3rd.
Americans will keep their cars longer. They'll have to. They won't be able to afford them. They'll also have a lot less choice.
Analysts say the tariffs could make it cost prohibitive to sell certain cheap imports in the U.S. They also predict price hikes on American-made cars due to the tariffs on parts. But the White House says parts that comply with the U.S.-Mexico-Canada trade agreement will get a temporary exemption. It says officials need time to implement a system for those tariffs. Anderson Economic Group predicts eventually the cost to produce a vehicle in the U.S. potentially could rise up to $12,000.
So it may fall in the first instance on the American manufacturer who buys the input, who may then pass it on to the consumer, or it is passed directly through the retail chain to the American consumer.
Economists say the advantage of tariffs is that they can help domestic manufacturers. The United Auto Workers Union president applauds Trump's plan.
You're going to see prices going down, businesses coming back to the United States so that they don't have to pay tariffs.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
And in a new survey, CFOs say tariffs are the #1 issue facing U.S. companies right now. All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Yesterday, temperatures flirting with the 80s. Now, we're pulling our jackets back out. Coming up next, Stacey is in for Josh this morning. She has your full First Alert forecast as we give you that live look outside over the Yakima Valley this morning. And from our Bi-Mart camera, we're back after the break. It's 17 minutes after 5.
It's Markdown Madness now at Mattress Depot USA.
Get slam dunk savings of up to 60% off.
Beat the buzzer, these prices won't last long.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
Let's go for a walk. Let's go for a ride. Whether you're shaping up a small yard or taking on serious acreage, let's go the distance. Shop in-store and online for 0% financing and instant rebates on select Steel mowers. Steel. Let's go mow.
Got a birthday coming up, celebrating a big win, or just want to gather the crew for a pizza and a good time? For decades, Hubby's Pizza has been the go-to spot for family, friends, and fun. Reserve your table and bring the whole gang. Kids, family, teammates, whoever loves great pizza and good vibes. Dig into your favorite pizza, hit up the fresh salad bar, and let the kids have a blast in the arcade. And if the party's at your place, no problem. Hubby's now delivers through Grubhub and DoorDash. A community tradition, a place to celebrate. Acquire the Hubby's habit today.
Experience the power of Pocket iNet, your local trusted internet provider with over 25 years of expertise. We deliver fast and reliable internet, ensuring whole home coverage at an affordable price. Enjoy seamless connectivity with advanced Wi-Fi controls, smart home network security, and premium services. Whether you're indoors or outdoors, stay connected with Pocket iNet. Elevate your digital experience today. Visit pocketinet.com to learn more.
Attention Kennewick Irrigation District customers. Due to worsening drought conditions in Washington State, we recommend that you prepare landscaping needs now, for restrictions will likely occur later. Use voluntary watering schedule to ease your lawn into future restriction. Use drip and hose irrigation to focus water where it's needed. Your water conservation efforts today will directly impact the availability of water throughout the irrigation season. Remember, every drop counts. For more information, visit KID.org and click the Drought Information button.
At Mattress Depot USA, we realize your top priority is to get a quality mattress at a great price.
And it never hurts to do business with someone local.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
Judy Justice.
And I'm just getting started.
Today at 4 on Apple Valley News Now.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
And good Thursday morning. It is March 27th. Let's take a look at our radar. We're still seeing some active weather, some showers falling down the Yakima Valley, making their way all the way down into Sunnyside, the lower valley at this time right now. In Kennewick, Yakima Federal Sky Cam, 58 degrees, our humidity at 55%. And those winds are already kicking up, and they're going to continue to be blustery throughout the day. Temperatures elsewhere around the region still on the warm side. Most of us in the 50s this morning. Those temperatures in the mountains a little bit cooler, 40s, and active weather still coming our way. Here's that system. Get ready for that upper level low that's going to aid in showers, and then eventually we'll start to see some mountain snow because we have a cold front moving across. You can see the blue on your screen. That is making its way over those Cascade Mountains. So very active weather pattern. Here's what it looks like tomorrow. Expect scattered showers today. Tomorrow, more rain showers are possible throughout the area. And let's point out some of that snow we're going to start seeing falling on the east slopes of the Cascades and those upper elevations. But the snow levels are lowering. And as we make our way through Friday, unsettled, we'll have periods of sunshine and partly cloudy skies. But we'll continue to see snow falling in not only the Blues, but the Cascade Mountains. So very active. Let's talk winds today. They're going to really start to pick up later in the afternoon, especially down here in the northeast Oregon area and along those foothills of the Blue Mountains. Very blustery, gusty. Those winds really pick up this afternoon as we're going to see active weather moving through the area. And we could even see some more thunderstorms through the region. Most of those storms stayed contained to the Ellensburg, Kittitas Valley last night, as well as the Yakima Valley. We did break some records, though, temperature-wise. Check it out. Walla Walla, Pendleton, Tri-Cities, Ellensburg, and Yakima all broke records yesterday with temperatures just below 80 and even hit 80 degrees in Pendleton. So very warm, but a big change today. We go from those warm temps down to the 60s for the area today. Tonight, those temperatures 40s and 50s, again cooling down with that cold front. Here's that 7-day planning forecast. Look for those gusty winds, breezy winds, and more active weather for Thursday, Friday. Heading into the weekend, things quiet down. Don't forget April's Fool's Day. It's April 1st on Tuesday. Here's what it looks like in Yakima. Gusty to breezy winds, unsettled into next week. Again, with the warm temperatures we had over the last few days, we have rapid snowmelt going on, and our rivers, creeks, and streams are going to be bank full and potentially some minor flooding in some areas. So if you live near water, rivers, creeks, and streams, be very careful. Those rivers are moving fast. The water is very cold. It could be very dangerous. Here's what it looks like in Hermiston. Again, windy and breezy, unsettled. 60 degrees on your April Fool's Day. So very active weather, lots more to get to, and there's a lot more to come right here on Good Morning Northwest.
That's right. Coming up, we have the first look at Rust following delays after that deadly shooting on set. A new trailer just released, and we have a sneak peek for you coming up in your entertainment headlines as we give you that live look outside of our 4 cameras across the Tri-Cities region and into Yakima. We're back right after the break.
Higher prices may be on the horizon, but right now you can lock in the best deals during the spring cleaning event at McCurley Mazda. This March, bring your trade, clean or dirty, and get an extra $500 off any vehicle purchase. Your old vehicle helps you save more today. Plus, get exclusive low-rate financing and special event savings on new and pre-owned vehicles. Outsmart the market and the potential of rising prices, and lock in your savings today at McCurley Mazda.
Our number one service here at NIU Women's Clinic and Aesthetics is our weight loss program. Our program is really focused on a lifestyle change. We want our patients to be able to lose around 10 to 15 pounds of weight loss a month is what we see. But when they're done with us on the program, we want them to be able to keep that weight off. We don't want to see them yo-yo.
So I've lost about 40 to 50 pounds, and that's been over the span of 3 to 4 months. At my peak, I think I was losing probably 10 pounds a week. week. It was quite a bit, and I just noticed it was falling off of me.
So we are proud to announce that we are releasing a virtual weight loss program. What makes our program so successful for both men and women is the fact that we are treating exactly the reason why you're gaining this weight in the first place. By addressing your insulin insensitivity, your hormone balancing, your lifestyle, treating everything. We really focus on you and your needs.
Now open in Yakima. Go to newuwomensclinic.com to start your weight loss journey today.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Now through March 31st, receive rebates up to $1,300 off, plus a free thermostat on a new Daikin Fit system when you finance through Bruce Heating and Air. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Wild Horse Resort and Casino is your destination for endless excitement, fun, and thrilling wins. Gear up to win a brand new Toyota Tacoma this March. Join us every Friday and Saturday to spin the wheel for your share of $10,000 cash and prizes. It's a 4x4 Fortune grand prize drawing on March 29th with 4 spins, 4 winners, and 1 new Tacoma. Wild Horse Resort and Casino. Celebrate 3 decades of fun.
The Kraken home against the Oilers tonight at 6:30. Apple Valley News Now.
Welcome back, 5:26, and in your entertainment news this morning, the first trailer for the Old West movie Rust has been released after that fatal shooting on set.
Alec Baldwin has the lead role as an outlaw who comes out of hiding and helps his 13-year-old grandson escape the long arm of the law.
Yeah, the film comes out on theaters May 2nd. While rehearsing during the film in October of 2021, a prop gun that Alec Baldwin was holding went off, killing the cinematographer and injuring the director.
I'm surprised the movie's coming out, to be honest.
I am too. I thought they were just going to completely kibosh it. Yeah.
A grand jury indicted Baldwin on an involuntary manslaughter charge. The judge dismissed the case. The film's armor was later convicted of the same charge and sentenced to 18 months in prison.
Yeah, this has been ongoing back and forth for a long time. And I mean, like you said, I'm surprised that they are releasing it.
It was a sad situation.
It was really sad.
So maybe we'll go see the movie. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. It'll be interesting to see what the box office does look like when it's released.
There you go.
All right. If you are familiar with the theme song from the 90s sitcom The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air,
yes.
You'll remember this iconic line, in West Philadelphia, born and raised.
That's right. Now a street in Pennsylvania bears the name of the celebrity who brought notoriety to the Philadelphia neighborhood. The street sign for Will Smith Way unveiled Wednesday with the actor-rapper present for the big reveal.
And when I thought about the Will Smith Way is encompassed in the lessons that I got from my father, my mother, and my grandmother.
Philadelphia city leaders passed a resolution earlier this month to honor their hometown superstar.
And of course, remember the infamous slap, right?
Yeah, is that part of the Will Smith way? Yikes.
That's right. Smith is an actor, an Oscar and Grammy winner, known for films like Men in Black, Independence Day, Aladdin. His 5th studio album comes out later this week. His first music project in 2 decades.
Yeah, he's been doing a lot of film, but he hasn't been doing music for a while.
Right, Fresh Prince, Men in Black, all that good stuff.
I know. All right, looking forward to it. There's still much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Coming up next, how the family of a Tri-Cities man turned their grief into a gift of hope. Our Dan Hansen tells us how Peyton Steele is being remembered. And local students turning trash into treasure while revamping the city with their art. We're going to take you to Selah to check it out.
In today's Tech Bites, President Trump is looking to China as he seeks to close a deal on TikTok. Trump says he is willing to reduce tariffs on China in exchange for help facilitating an agreement. The app has to be sold to a non-Chinese buyer by April 5th or be banned here in the U.S. Next, the New York Times and other newspapers can proceed with a copyright lawsuit against OpenAI and Microsoft. The papers want to end the practice of having their stories used to train artificial intelligence chatbots. A federal judge did throw out some of the claims, but is allowing the case to move forward. Finally, more young people than ever say they are struggling with loneliness, adding the dating apps often worsen their isolation. So now Hinge, Bumble, and Tinder, and most other dating apps are organizing in-person events. The idea is to create more natural, less anxious ways of connecting with others. Those are your Tech Bites. Have a great day.
And now here's Chris Cunahan with the Leaf Filter Gutter Report and what changing weather conditions can mean for your home. Chris?
Our patented leaf filter technology keeps your gutters clog-free year-round. No matter where you live, no matter the climate. Locally trained professionals will clean, repair, and install the Leaf Filter Gutter Protection System. Leaf Filter guarantees clog-free gutters for the life of your home. Schedule your free inspection today. Call 833-LEAF-FILTER or visit leaffilter.com.
Pain means pause on the things you love, but green means go. Among neck pain sufferers, BioFreeze Gel was found to be 2 times more effective than ice, so you can keep on going. BioFreeze, green means go.
Life, diabetes, there's no slowing down. Each day is a unique blend of people to see and things to do. That's why you choose Glucerna to help manage blood sugar response. Uniquely designed with Carb Steady. Glucerna, bring on the day.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest, on your side.
Good Thursday morning. Thanks for waking up with us and joining us here for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jade Elliott. We are making it through the week, Stacey.
That's right, yeah. And I'm back for a couple mornings.
Yes,
Josh
which
is
we love.
enjoying some much needed time off. So
yeah, he went home to see family, which is fantastic.
That is.
But we're talking about the 3-degree guarantee, and it's a lot of pressure.
It is.
That's put on you guys.
I talked to
when
Tiffany.
Josh is gone.
Tiffany was like, but you know what? Tiffany did a great job yesterday. Hit it right on the money. Let's take a look. 3-degree guarantee.
Yes.
She said 78. We hit 78. We add $25 now to the jackpot. Now,
and I told her the other day, I said, I don't care if you busted it because the temperatures are actually warmer.
Right.
And so I'm not mad about that.
No. And someone won a nice prize, like $450 or something the other day. So that was nice. All right. So today, let's see if I can keep the trend going. We've got, I added 65 degrees. Look at the difference. So
see, I don't love that.
I know that. That's what it is, though. It is what it is. So,
I love you, but I don't love that.
65 degrees is what we're going for. We'll see if we add or don't add. All right, let's get to our ski report for the day. Now, things were looking good up at Schweitzer. This is on top of the mountain yesterday, and you see folks riding that lift. A little bit of clouds lingering over Lake Pend Oreille. Today, a different story. If you're heading up to the mountains, you want to be checking those reports because we could see rain and thunderstorms. Look at the temperatures at 44. Not really going to see any snow today. Wind chill 30. I mean, temperatures are good. And my husband would call that a good ski day, but I'm not skiing in the rain. Could see some thunderstorms at Ski Bluewood today, 46 degrees. But the good news for all of our ski resorts is things are going to be changing heading into the weekend as mountain snow returns. Mixed precip possible up at White Pass, but those temperatures at 41, more than likely going to see rain showers. Snow is holding tight, though, and here's what's coming up as you head into the weekend. Ski resorts will see some fresh snow. Not a lot, but hey, enough to get you going. And again, the weather a little bit unsettled into the weekend. That's your Schweitzer Mountain Ski Resort report. I'll have more coming up in just a little bit. Jade?
Stacey, thanks so much. 5:33 now, and the community lost a giant in the hockey world, Peyton Steele. He died unexpectedly earlier this month, leaving family members in absolute shock and disbelief. Apple Valley News Now's Dan Hansen spoke with Peyton's family and introduces us to the man of steel.
I was grateful, also angry, because that's my baby boy.
I was proud of him. Very proud.
Very proud.
Peyton Steele was born in Kennewick in 2005, just 2 days before Christmas. He was a loving child, but according to his parents, he was also a bit mischievous.
Very competitive with his brothers. Had 2 older brothers, and so he was always struggling to be the dominant one. For that first goal that was scored, the horn went off and everybody cheering. That was it. That kid was in love with it.
By the age of 4, he had joined the Tri-City Amateur Hockey Association and played there for 15 years.
The hockey community is
amazing.
It's wonderful. I urge everybody, if you have a child that even remotely would like it, give it a try, because it's lifelong friendships, lifelong family.
After graduating from Kamiakin High School in 2024, he was set to become an electrical apprentice until tragedy struck.
The 16th at about 11:30, we got a call from...
Phone call you never want in the middle of the night.
From, he roommated with his brother, so my son, Braden, from him saying that Peyton wasn't breathing and that EMS was on their way and that he was doing CPR. On his EKG, it showed this Wolff-Parkinson-White syndrome.
WPW is a heart defect where there is an abnormal electrical current in the heart. It can cause rapid heart rate and lead to cardiac arrest. But many people who have this defect don't have symptoms. So for Peyton's family, it felt so sudden, like it came out of nowhere.
We had never heard of that before this. And they explained what it was. And unfortunately, Peyton never woke up.
That was March 20th. But for the Man of Steel, in his death, new hope, new life, and a chance encounter when Peyton was just a year old.
Almost a year old in 2006. My work put on a kid's Christmas party thing, and a man dressed up as Santa, his name was Melvin.
A chance encounter with Santa. 18 years later, he would be giving that Santa another chance at life.
Melvin had been on dialysis for, I think, 5 years.
5 years, yeah.
Where he had to go 5 times a week to dialysis, and asked if it was a possibility to put his name down to see if he's a match for the kidney for Peyton. And there was no question. We said, absolutely. And he was a match.
As loved ones and his medical team gathered for his honor walk on that donation day, Peyton accomplishes one more goal, giving up his own life to save another. The ultimate assist.
And now, your starting captain of the Tri-City Junior Americans, number 9, Peyton Steele.
Dan Hansen, Apple Valley News Now.
And the family is hosting an awareness event this Friday at the Hapo Ice Pavilion to raise awareness for Wolff-Parkinson-White syndrome. Peyton's Celebration of Life is scheduled for April 11th at South Hills Church in Kennewick, and community members are invited and encouraged to wear a hockey jersey because they say that's what Peyton would have wanted. At 5:37, check this out. Some local high school students in Selah have been asked to help beautify the city. The Selah Downtown Association is replacing some of the city's outdated garbage cans with wine barrel wraps designed by local artists. Well, the project features metal and powder-coated logos created by Selah High School students that will also end up on some city flower boxes.
I love having students. We also have a Selah Downtown Association Viking Edition to kind of develop our student volunteers, so all of it makes sense.
And the metal signs will be showcased on 6 of those garbage cans and 8 flower boxes, and they expect to have this project all completed by next week. All right, 5:38, still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Just days after announcing budget proposals, lawmakers in Washington, are they any closer to a solution? Well, Albert is going to break down that story coming up next. And Stacy is back with your full forecast as you take a live look outside this morning from our Legends Casino and Hotel Skycam at Columbia Point. Make sure to grab your phone and download our Apple Valley News Now First Alert weather app so you can always be connected to the radar. We're back right after the break.
Judy Justice.
And I'm just getting started.
Today at 4 on Apple Valley News Now.
What's great about basketball? Almost everything.
What's not great about basketball? The term three-pointer.
Boring.
Instead, let's just call them triple plays.
Check it out. Hit it, Steve.
Roberts has it, fires. It's a triple play.
It actually works.
Triple Play has fun attractions for everyone, including go-karts, mini golf, and many more, all attached to a cozy hotel.
Complete coincidence that's also the name of where we work.
Not engineered by marketing, no way.
Dust off those dancing shoes and grab your partner. Active for Life presents Community Dance, Friday, April 4th at the Hapo Center in Pasco. Here's an event you won't want to miss. There'll be dinner, dancing, casino-like games, and more. All this fun and excitement for just $30. It'll be a night to remember. Get your tickets now at the following locations. Proceeds for this wonderful event go to benefit the Walk to End Alzheimer's. It's the Community Dance, Dancing Through the Decades, Friday, April 4th from 5 to 9. Sponsored by these fine sponsors.
Hi, I'm Rowdy with Total Energy Management. For 40 years, we've been keeping the Tri-Cities comfortable with top-notch heating and air conditioning services. We take pride in delivering exceptional service and unbeatable deals. Right now, you can save big with up to $4,900 in rebates and tax credits on a new Carrier heating and cooling system. So turn to the experts at Total Energy Management to ensure your house has the perfect temperature year-round. Visit TEMINC.com or call 946-4500 to learn more.
What makes New You unique? The amazing customer service that we offer to our patients. They know that they're heard, that they're listened to, and we genuinely care about their well-being.
From the second I walked in that office, I felt seen, I felt heard, I didn't feel judged. It just was like, we're a team and we're gonna figure this out.
I had a rare form of breast cancer. Dr. Fedino has just been fantastic. She was really just on my side and helping me, and I'm so relieved and blessed that I went there.
I'm nowhere near diabetic, and I feel amazing. And I lost 55 pounds, and I've been able to keep it off.
She had saved my life because if she hadn't taken just that moment to ask me one extra question, I absolutely would have had an ugly cancer 6 months later.
Go to newuwomensclinic.com to explore the countless ways that wellness meets beauty.
Hurricane Helene was devastating. Now, 6 months later, GMA is right there in Asheville, North Carolina, coming back strong. Robin, Ginger, Sam, Asheville Rising. This morning, the live event on Good Morning America.
Grant would help us continue the next phase of our research.
Another team presented something similar this morning.
That's impossible.
Who was that?
This is a surprise.
My love, it is wise to be kind.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
And good Thursday morning. It is March 27th. We have a live view on our quad cams from Yakima Valley all the way into the Columbia Basin, Kennewick, Richland, and Pasco. So far, we've got pretty quiet weather, although you can start to see those trees moving around there on our Yakima Fed sky cam up there in the corner, because we're going to see some breezy to gusty winds. We also were tracking some showers a little bit earlier in the Yakima area. Temperatures staying on the warm side this morning in the mid-50s, so not really much of a coat needed this morning, but the cold front is moving in, and we are going to have some blustery winds. I would keep an umbrella handy today, as we are going to see scattered showers. Let's take a look at that weather pattern. Very active. Look at that upper level low swirling in and bringing more moisture once again to the west side. Eventually, we'll start to see some snow developing across our Cascade Mountains later this evening and tonight. Temperatures out the door in the 40s and 50s. Like I said, we're going to stay there 50s, kind of holding steady as a cold front pushing through, and then you'll see those rain showers, and we could potentially be seeing some thunderstorms, especially in the foothills of the Blues today. So look for scattered showers. Grab the umbrella. Thunderstorms are possible. Breezy and gusty winds continue today and tomorrow. We're also keeping a close eye on those rising rivers, creeks, and streams in our area. Be very safe if you're around any waterways today and into the weekend. Lots more to get to and lots more to come on Good Morning Northwest.
Thanks, Stacey. 5:43 now, and taking you to the state capitol, where hearings have started in Olympia on budget proposals from House and Senate Democrats. Now, Murrow's news fellow Albert James shows us how the plans are being received on the other side of the aisle and what some special interest groups think about key aspects of the proposals.
It is an awfully troubling direction that the House and Senate majorities would take us in.
Legislative Republicans are staking out strong opposition to the budget proposals made by Democrats in the House and Senate Monday. Democrats are looking to spend close to $80 billion over the next 2 years. While they say they've made some cuts to close a projected multi-billion-dollar deficit, they argue new taxes on the wealthy and raising the cap on property taxes are necessary to maintain crucial state services.
Some will say that we cannot afford to continue recent investments in Washington and Washingtonians. We say that we cannot afford not to continue those investments.
But Republicans argue the proposals go beyond wealthy people and businesses.
These taxes are going to be a disaster for businesses and individual Washingtonians alike, and make surviving in Washington, whether you're an individual, a family, or a business, extraordinarily hard.
The Association of Washington Business agrees. They believe the state is spending too much money with little result, and the proposed taxes will stifle business growth and job creation.
This is a innovative state. We need to get back to creating more opportunities and attracting businesses to come here, rather than push them away.
On education, while they were disappointed in cuts to colleges and universities, the Washington Education Association says they welcome increased funding for K-12 materials and operating costs and special education.
This increased funding makes a difference for our most marginalized students. It provides additional resources, and it also provides relief for school districts who are struggling financially as well.
Legislative Republicans took issue with the amount of funding provided to create a police hiring grant program highlighted as a priority by Governor Ferguson. House Democrats gave $50 million over 4 years, while Senate Democrats didn't include any funding in their budget.
Right now, the Democrats are falling significantly short of even the governor's request on that matter. And who knows, maybe he will follow through with his word and veto either of those budgets for not including that $100 million.
Both budget proposals are set to be voted at a committee on Thursday. The Senate proposal is currently slated for a floor vote on Saturday, while the full House will vote on their proposal next Monday. At the state capitol in Olympia, I'm Albert James reporting.
And the proposal will reach the governor's office before passing a finalized version. Still much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. We have your morning sprint and everything you need to know as you head out the door this morning. And Stacey Lee is back with your full First Alert forecast as we give you that live look outside this morning over the mighty Columbia in Richland from our Legends Casino Hotel Skycam. It is 5:46 and we're back after the break.
At Floor & Home, we know how important it is for everyone to have a safe place. That's why we've partnered with the Boys and Girls Club between now and April 15th by donating a portion of our sales. Love the home and community you live in.
Ever feel like something's missing? Like there's a hole in your morning routine? Well, we've got just the thing. At Some Bagels, we make more than fresh bagels. We make a variety of baked goods to fill your day with everything you've been missing. Have your favorite coffee drink with our in-house roasted espresso beans. And enjoy your bagel with our flavored cream cheeses. Because at Some Bagels, the only thing better than the hole in the middle is everything around it. I want some, you want some, we want some, gimme Some Bagels.
And Consumer Reports.
We're testers.
This organization accepts no advertising or sponsorship.
Since 1936.
Testing dishwashers, TVs, cars, vacuums.
We buy directly from stores, just like you.
Making sure products are safe.
And that they last.
Because we're advocates.
Engineers and scientists. We're testers. We're Consumer Reports.
Join us.
It's Truck Month with the Ford Crew.
Attention, please. The final days of Truck Month have arrived.
Morgan, light it up.
On it! This is like a movie. Okay, everyone. Time is running out for our best deals on Ranger and Maverick and America's best-selling trucks for 48 years, Ford F-Series.
Lease a 24 F-150 Super Crew 4x4 for $399 a month for $36, or buy with 2.9% for $72. Only at your local Ford dealer.
So what do you think about these?
We like this
Yeah, we love that.
When it's time for an update or complete remodel, Rebath is with you every step of the way.
We're going to take everything down to the
From design and products to removal and installation, we handle the entire process to create a beautiful and functional bathroom for whatever your life needs.
Honey, you were right. Turned out
Rebath, with you every step of the way. Call us or visit rebath.com to learn more about no interest, no payments for 12 months.
At Floor & Home, we know how important it is for everyone to have a safe place. That's why we've partnered with the Boys and Girls Club between now and April 15th by donating a portion of our sales. Love the home and community you live in.
Young Sheldon, tonight at 11:05 on Apple Valley News Now.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
And good Thursday morning. It is March 27th. Dust Double Sky Cam. Traffic moving along nicely, pretty quiet. A little bit breezy, though, here in the Columbia Basin. 19-mile-an-hour winds, gusting up a little bit higher than that. Humidity at 55%. We're at 58 degrees. So a warm morning as you head out the door in the Tri-Cities. Pretty warm all through the area. In fact, look at those temperatures all sitting in the 50s around the region. And temperatures aren't going to warm up too much beyond that today. We do have a very active weather pattern and an upper level low moving in, bringing widespread showers to the west side and filtering some of that right on over across the Cascade Mountains. As we get into this evening, you'll start to see snow developing in the Cascade. Some of those crests, those snow levels will continue to drop. We're going to be active tomorrow as well. Take a look at this. Lots of scattered showers through the area. More snow showers falling across those Cascade Mountains. So if you're a snow lover, you're going to get more of that coming into Friday and even some more on Saturday in the early morning hours. Stays unstable and unsettled throughout the day, but most of us will be clearing up into the weekend once we get past Friday today and tomorrow. Let's talk about those wind gusts. We're going to see winds really start to pick up, especially along the foothills of the Blues here in our mountain gaps and passes. But look for strong gusty winds in the Columbia Basin, Walla Walla area, Dayton, and even out in Ellensburg and through the Columbia River Gorge area if you're planning to travel that way over the weekend. We did break many records yesterday for temperatures. Check it out. We hit, close to 80 degrees for most of our region, which broke records dating back in the 60s. So very warm day, but that's not going to be the case today. That's all going to change as we have a cold front moving in. And you'll see those temperatures, daytime highs dropping down in the 60s. Still pleasant, but not close to 80 degrees. We were all starting to enjoy that. Tonight, look for showers and thunderstorms coming through with those gusty winds continuing. They'll die down lightly overnight, but then pick right back up on your Friday. Here's your 7-day planning forecast. Look for those breezy and gusty winds, wet weather. We're looking good into the weekend, a little more calm, but then we have active weather moving into next week. Don't forget, we've got April Fools on Tuesday. April 1st is ushering in next week, and we will be a bit unsettled for the start of the week with temperatures staying cool and even dropping down below the average. Look at Wednesday next week in Ellensburg, down to 51 with those overnight lows back down in the 30s, just barely above freezing. In Walla Walla, look for active weather, potentially some thunderstorms hitting for the next couple of days, calming down into the weekend, and then those showers ramp back up Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week. We're going to see some breezy and gusty winds tomorrow and today in Hermiston. A calmer weekend, and then wet weather once again returns next week. So April Fools is on the way, and very active weather through the day. Definitely going to need your rain gear. Stay with us. There's more Good Morning Northwest, and let's get to that sprint.
Now, the Morning Sprint.
Thanks, Stacey. 5:52, time for your morning sprint. The top 5 local things you need to know this morning. Officials are keeping a close eye on the Yakima River. Take a look. Video coming in from the area where they could see a rise in river levels today through Saturday. The National Weather Service in Pendleton says it is gearing up for the possibility of minor river flooding because of snowmelt and recent rain. And officials have confirmed with us that the fire ignited along the Yakima River Bridge in the Delta is now 100% contained. Emergency services worked to establish a containment line through a controlled burn. Fish and wildlife experts will evaluate the area this morning, and the bike path will remain closed until hazardous limbs and trees can be removed. And a sales tax on beer, wine, and cider could be implemented if a new bill in the Oregon legislature passes. House Bill 3197 proposes a 2% tax starting in 2026, eventually climbing to 8% in 2032. The tax would impact consumers at restaurants and at the grocery store. A majority of the funds collected would go towards funding youth, alcohol, and drug abuse prevention programs. 85% of those funds would go towards that. Oregon Beverage Alliance says they oppose the tax. And the family of Peyton Steele is hosting an awareness event this Friday at the Hapo Ice Pavilion, all to raise awareness for Wolff-Parkinson-White syndrome. Peyton's celebration of life is April 11th at South Hills Church in Kennewick. It starts at 6 p.m. Community members are invited and encouraged to wear a hockey jersey because that's what Peyton would have wanted. And speaking of hockey, tonight, Seattle Kraken welcoming the Edmonton Oilers to Climate Pledge Arena. Pre-game starts at 6:30. Puck drops at 7, and you can catch all the action right here on Apple Valley News Now. Now, program alert because of this live event. ABC's 911 and Doc Odyssey, which you usually watch between 8 and 9 on Thursdays, will be seen on Saturday night at 9 and 10. 5:54 new national headlines this morning. The Social Security Administration is pushing back the rollout of a controversial anti-fraud measure. The planned policy requires applicants who can't verify their identities online to visit a field office to complete the claim in person. The changes were supposed to go into effect on Sunday, but that's been pushed back now to April 14th. And in your business headlines this morning, 27 Kohl's stores in 15 states are closing this Saturday. The retailer announced in January it would be closing these underperforming stores. The closest store to us that is shutting its doors is in Portland. The closures are a part of the company's transformation in the face of declining sales. 5:55, and in your health headlines this morning, doctors in China have successfully transferred a pig liver into a human for the first time. Researchers made 6 gene edits to the pig's liver to make the organ more compatible with the human body. Doctors say the liver functioned well for 10 days, and there were no signs of immune rejection or inflammation. And talking sports this morning, time to play ball. It's that time of year for baseball fans to enjoy some peanuts and Cracker Jacks because it is opening day for Major League Baseball. 11 of the 14 MLB games are scheduled for afternoon starts. New York Yankees and Milwaukee Brewers lead the way. Also playing tonight, the defending champs LA Dodgers take on the Detroit Tigers. All right, the University of Maryland, their students will learn that it's not easy being green after a speech at their commencement this year.
That's right. The school has announced Kermit the Frog will be delivering a speech to graduates. We are told the beloved Muppet will offer words of optimism and encouragement as students embark on a new chapter in their lives.
Now, Kermit has a long history with this school. Muppets creator Jim Henson actually graduated from the university there in 1960.
There we go.
All right, the search continues for 2 river otters on the run after escaping from a zoo in Wisconsin last week.
Oh my. The zoo says at least one of the otters has been spotted multiple times. The otters Louie and Ophelia escaped from their habitat during a winter storm last Thursday.
We'll take a look at this video. The zoo releasing it. You can see the otters showing an interest in the trap, but not going. They're smarter than that. They're not going to go into that trap. The zoo has now increased the number of traps that they have set out in hopes of capturing the otters on the loose.
They're cute. Now, I have seen them on the Columbia River.
Oh, yeah.
And I was swimming one time in the Snake River out in Idaho area, and one swam by me.
Did it really?
Freaked me out a little bit.
Oh, 100%.
They're awfully cute, but I wouldn't.
They can be kind of mean, though, can't they?
Well, they have teeth.
They're wild animals. They can all be mean, is what I think.
That's right.
Right. Well, hopefully they'll catch them soon. All right, still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Coming up at 6, Benton PUD raising rates for customers. Our Monique Ledesma talks with customers to hear what they have to say about it. Plus, tension at City Hall, a divided council questioning whether the mayor is overstepping, and they hope that a newly hired attorney can help them get the answers to that.
That's right, and I'll have your first alert weather forecast. Still unsettled, more showers planned for a rainy and breezy day.